I'm 4K Dre.
Who? Rakai, what the fuck, man?
You said what?
You could hang up on him, cuz.
Pooh Shiesty just made his position loud and clear, and it shook the internet. He went live and threw major shade at NBA Youngboy, talking slick in a way that made it obvious where he stands. This wasn't just some random back and forth. Shiesty drew a line in the sand against one of rap's biggest names and basically said, "I ain't rocking with YB or them 4KT boys." That move right there, it burned bridges quick and sent shockwaves through the game. We're about to get into some real deal street politics mixed with industry power plays. This drama isn't just about rap, it's about loyalty, respect, and who you stand with when everything's on the line. These aren't just internet words, it's tied to real life alliances, people doing time, and rappers making decisions that could change their careers forever. Now, social media went crazy the moment this clip hit the timeline. Fans were arguing nonstop about whether Shiesty really meant it or if he was just trolling for attention. But we're about to cut through the noise and tell it how it really is. Last night, while Pooh was streaming and vibing with fans, something serious came up. Real tension started bubbling underneath the jokes and smiles. And let's keep it real. This isn't just about a single diss track or a petty feud. This goes way deeper than that. This is about how street ties and music industry loyalty collide when people choose sides. When you ride with Lil Durk, that automatically puts you at odds with NBA Youngboy's crew. And once those lines are drawn, ain't no going back. Things just got spicy in the rap world, and everybody's watching to see what happens next. Things really started spiraling once fans began testing Pooh Shiesty's loyalty live on stream. And you know how fans get. They love poking at rappers just to see if they'll snap when someone brings up their rivals. So here's what went down. During one of Pooh's recent streams, he was chilling, taking pics, talking with fans, all good vibes, until one female fan dropped a comment that flipped the whole energy. She straight up said, she don't mess with Lil Durk. And Pooh's reaction? Instant heat. You could see it written all over his face. That comment hit him hard because Durk ain't just another rapper to Pooh. That's his brother for real.
Films with that 5 gifts, bro. I appreciate you.
OTL, fuck you talking about?
Okay.
Why you say it like that for? Come on, get your picture, man, before you get beat up.
Oh, wait, my phone.
Strange.
The switch up in Pooh's vibe was crazy. One second he's smiling, laughing, all relaxed. Next second, he's serious, eyes locked in, and you can feel the tension. That wasn't no act for the camera, that was loyalty speaking loud and clear. When someone comes at Durk, Pooh takes it personal, no questions asked. Now, everybody in the game knows loyalty is everything in the streets and in the industry. But Pooh's loyalty to Lil Durk runs deeper than music collabs and photo ops. When Pooh Shiesty got locked up facing serious federal time, Durk was one of the few who really held him down, checking in, sending love, keeping his name alive. That's more than business. That's family energy right there. But here's where things take another twist. There was this whole side situation involving a streamer named RA that showed exactly where Pooh's head really is. During a live stream, RA thought it'd be funny to call someone named Ben, who ended up passing the phone to Pooh himself. What started as a joke quickly turned into another moment that showed how deep this loyalty and tension really go. Things just kept getting more intense from there. So during that live moment, someone claimed they were 4KT, which everybody knows is NBA Youngboy's squad. Now here's where it gets wild. Pooh Shiesty acted like he didn't even know what that meant. But come on now, everyone watching knew he was playing it cool on purpose. Ain't no way Pooh didn't recognize what 4KT stands for, especially when that name runs heavy in the game. That wasn't confusion, that was a choice. He didn't want to even acknowledge anything tied to YB's crew, and that silence spoke louder than words. See, that's the kind of move that tells you the tension is real. Pooh wasn't just ignoring a question, he was making a statement without saying a word. When a rapper refuses to even mention the other side's name, that's not shade. That's full-on dismissal. That's when you know it's deeper than diss tracks or fan jokes. It's straight up pride and territory. Now let's rewind and break down why this whole conflict even exists in the first place. Everything traces back to the long-running tension between Lil Durk and NBA Youngboy, a rivalry that's been heating up for years. This ain't no studio-made drama either. It's layered with city pride, personal losses, and unspoken street rules. What started as competition in the music scene turned personal once it started touching real-life situations and fallen friends. And when you're as close to Lil Durk as Pooh Shiesty is, you don't get to pick sides. The sides pick you. That's just how loyalty works in this game. Chicago and Louisiana have had quiet tension for a while, but social media blew it wide open. Now every lyric, every emoji, every live stream gets watched and dissected like evidence. The fans, the blogs, the rivals, everyone's looking for the next sign of smoke. And with Pooh's recent moves, it looks like things just got even more personal. Every time Lil Durk drops something online, NBA Youngboy's fans flood the comments. And when Youngboy posts, Durk's people clap right back. It's a non-stop cycle, a digital battlefield that keeps the tension alive and the internet on fire. But make no mistake, Pooh Shiesty didn't just randomly pick sides in this. His bond with Durk ran deep, way deeper than music or social media. These two were like brothers, pulling up to each other's neighborhoods, sharing real moments, showing love in places where outsiders don't just walk through. See, in the streets, your hood is sacred. That's where your people are, where your story starts, where loyalty gets tested. So when someone from another city can slide through your block and feel at home, that's not just friendship, that's family vibes. It means you trust that person with your name, your safety, and your rep. That's a connection built on mutual respect, not convenience. Now here's where it gets personal for Pooh. When he got hit with those heavy federal charges, the industry went quiet fast. The same rappers who used to call him bro went ghost, stopped posting his name, stopped showing love. They moved on to the next wave like he never existed. But one person who never switched up was Lil Durk. Durk kept Pooh's name alive through it all, shouting "Free Pooh Shiesty" at shows, dropping his name in songs, and keeping his energy present when most of the industry forgot. That kind of loyalty don't fade, it sticks. And that's why Pooh's reaction to that female fan who dissed Durk hit so hard. It wasn't just about defending an artist, it was about standing up for someone who stood by him when nobody else did. That moment showed exactly how real things get when loyalty meets pride. For Pooh, this isn't about clout or picking sides for attention, it's about respect, trust, and never forgetting who held you down when the world turned its back. That whole moment wasn't just Pooh Shiesty defending a name, it was him standing up for the one person who truly held him down when life hit rock bottom. See, if you don't understand the street side of this, let me break it down. When an artist gets locked up, especially on federal charges, the industry usually backs away quick. People start acting brand new, avoiding phone calls, deleting pictures, pretending that loyalty don't exist. Nobody wants the feds looking their way or their name tied to a case. That's just how the game moves. But Lil Durk, he did the opposite. While most stayed silent, Durk kept Pooh's name alive, loud and proud. Every time he hit a stage, every interview he did, he made sure to shout "Free Pooh Shiesty." He didn't care who was watching. He showed real love when it mattered most. That type of loyalty is gold in an industry where people cut ties the moment you become a problem. Now, this ain't just about Pooh being thankful. It's way deeper than that. In this business, loyalty means more than money, more than fame. It's survival. When someone stands by you during your darkest hour, you return that same energy no matter what comes your way. Even if it means taking on their enemies, losing deals, or risking your own reputation, that's the price of real loyalty. And that's exactly why Pooh couldn't even laugh when someone tried to joke about 4KT, NBA Youngboy's crew. To him, acknowledging that, even for laughs, would have been like disrespecting Durk. That's how serious it is. He's choosing loyalty over opportunity, respect over popularity, and brotherhood over business. That's not just rap talk. That's real life code, the kind most people wouldn't understand unless they've lived it. Let's keep it all the way real. This beef ain't just music drama, it's dangerous. NBA Youngboy has one of the most loyal and fearless crews in the game, and they don't play about disrespect. Once you start throwing shade at YB, you're not just going against one rapper, you're stepping into a whole movement. 4KT runs deep, especially in Louisiana, and everybody knows how hard they ride for their leader. When that name gets mentioned, people pay attention because things can get serious real fast. Pooh Shiesty's smart enough to know that his stance could cost him some major opportunities. NBA Youngboy got a fan base that's global, and they go hard. YB's supporters are some of the most passionate fans in hip-hop. They don't just argue online, they flood comment sections, trend hashtags, and make sure their favorite rapper never gets disrespected without consequences. That type of loyalty from a fan base can make or break someone's image. Still, Pooh made his choice, and that says a lot about his character. Instead of chasing clout or playing both sides, he stayed solid with the one person who showed him loyalty when the industry turned cold. In a game where people switch up daily for a check or a shout-out, Pooh's standing firm on respect and principle. That's something rare in today's rap world. But here's the dark truth about this kind of loyalty. It can be toxic too. Because when you ride for one person, it automatically puts you at odds with their enemies, even if you never had beef personally. Pooh and NBA Youngboy might have never exchanged a word or a diss before this, but now they're tied up in a war that's bigger than both of them. The real question now, will this tension stay in the music and social media, or is it going to spill into the real world? The question now is, will this stay as music tension, or will it explode into something more serious? Because let's be honest, both camps have real street roots, and when you mix street politics with industry drama, things can spiral out of control fast. But this isn't just about two rappers not getting along. This runs way deeper. We're talking about two entire cultures clashing, two different codes of loyalty, and two completely different ways of handling respect. Chicago street culture moves one way, calculated, loyal, family-oriented, while Louisiana's scene runs on raw energy, fearless loyalty, and unshakable pride. And right in the middle of all that, Memphis, represented by Pooh Shiesty. Memphis moves to its own rhythm with its own code, and Pooh's the one trying to balance those worlds. But by standing with Lil Durk, Pooh made it clear where he stands, and that choice instantly tied him to Chicago's corner of this never-ending rivalry.
That's what makes this situation so layered. It's not just personal beef anymore, it's culture versus culture, city versus city, and loyalty being tested in front of the whole world. Every move, every lyric, every live post becomes part of a bigger power struggle that's reshaping how rappers move in the industry.
And that's the real story here. The fact that in today's hip-hop scene, being neutral is almost impossible. You're either with somebody or against them, even if you never wanted the smoke in the first place. Loyalty has become both a strength and a trap. Once you ride for someone, you also inherit their enemies, whether you like it or not. For Pooh Shiesty, this isn't just about picking sides. It's about paying back real love and loyalty. When Durk held him down during his lowest moment, that created a bond that went beyond music, beyond fame. It became personal, something solidified in loyalty and respect that can't be bought or faked. That's the kind of loyalty that makes you ready to take on someone else's enemies, even if it costs you everything you worked for. That's the kind of loyalty that makes you snap when someone disrespects your brother in public. Pooh Shiesty's reaction wasn't about ego, it was about honor, about standing up for the one person who never folded on him. But let's be real, this whole situation exposes just how complicated the rap game really is. A lot of times, you end up in beefs not because someone personally dissed you, but because of who you're standing next to. That's the wild truth about loyalty in hip-hop. It's both a blessing and a curse. The beautiful part is watching real brotherhood shine in an industry built on fake love and temporary alliances. But the dangerous part, that same loyalty can pull you into conflicts that can mess up your money, your image, or even your safety. Now the question everyone's asking, what happens next? Will this whole thing stay online, or is it gonna cross over into something more serious? Could this hurt Pooh's music career? And what about NBA Youngboy? Will he respond directly and make this official? Could other artists pick sides and turn this into a full-blown industry war? There's no easy answer, but one thing's crystal clear. Pooh Shiesty has made his position known loud and proud. He's standing with Lil Durk, no matter the consequences, and that automatically puts him on the opposite side of NBA Youngboy's camp. That's just how it goes in the street world and the rap scene. Once loyalty is proven, neutrality flies out the window. And honestly, after the kind of support Durk showed him when times got rough, how could Pooh ever stay neutral? That bond turned into a code, and once you live by that code, there's no turning back. How could anyone stay neutral when somebody kept their name alive while they were locked up? That's not just loyalty. That's real love in a world where most people forget you the moment you disappear. But this whole situation also shows how the rap game has completely changed because of social media and streaming. Back in the day, beef stayed in the streets or got handled in music. Now everything plays out in real time, in front of millions of people watching. Every look, every pause, every reaction becomes a headline. When Pooh Shiesty reacted to that fan, and when he brushed off that 4KT talk from AKA, those moments went viral instantly. Screenshots, clips, reactions, all over the internet. The streaming era made this new kind of pressure, where fans can test artists live right in front of the world. They drop slick comments, stir up drama, and wait to see who cracks first. And that's exactly what happened with Pooh. They poked at him, and he gave them a real, unfiltered reaction that confirmed everything they wanted to see. But here's the flip side. The consequences of all this are heavy. This kind of tension doesn't just live online. It can affect Pooh's career in real life.
It might block collaborations with artists who don't want to get caught in the middle, limit where he can perform, or even shift how certain audiences see him. And let's not forget, NBA Youngboy's influence in the industry runs deep. Being on his bad side can close doors faster than people think. Still, loyalty has its rewards too. Pooh's dedication to Lil Durk could open new doors in Chicago's music circle. Artists from Durk's side might be more open to working with him, and Durk's huge fan base could rally behind him even harder. In the end, this beef might hurt one side of his career but strengthen the other. It's a risky game of loyalty, reputation, and survival in today's digital spotlight. The real takeaway from all this is simple. In hip-hop, every bond comes with a price. Every friendship creates new enemies, and every alliance locks off other opportunities. Pooh Shiesty made his choice. He stood beside Lil Durk, and now he's got to live with whatever comes next. That's the cost of loyalty in this game. Some call it reckless, others call it real. But one thing's for sure, it's shaping his whole future. So let's talk about it. What do you think about Pooh Shiesty's loyalty to Lil Durk and his automatic beef with NBA Youngboy? Is he staying true to the code by standing with the one who held him down? Or should he be trying to move smarter and stay neutral? And do you think this situation will keep playing out on social media, or will it cross into something much bigger? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this story is far from over. With both camps holding major influence, real street credibility, and fan bases that don't back down, this could explode any second. Things in the rap world move fast, and loyalty can turn into conflict overnight. So make sure you like, subscribe, share, and stay locked in for more hip-hop breakdowns and updates, because this beef, it's still heating up.